What up? What up? What up? Top of the top. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. What's up, Miss Danielle Walker? Good morning, Jeanette. What up, ASAP Auto? Yeah, Mystical definitely got a problem. He got a problem, man. Y'all see these stories just keep popping up, man. You know, it's like they try to make it like the black man is the nastiest man on the planet, man. We know that ain't true, but this the narrative they pushing. But we got to talk about it because there's a lot of ins and outs and ins to all of this stuff. What up, y'all? I'm feeling good today. How y'all feeling, man? What's up, man? Salute to the chat. What's good with y'all, man? I see y'all ready, man. Look, everybody else, they'll be here when they get here. I told you, man, make sure that the all notification bell work because you don't know when I'm going to come on. Latasha Jordan, what's up? Y'all see what's going on out here? This shit drying up. Good morning, Miss Carla. Good morning, man. Good morning to all the queens, all the kings, all the bros, all the sis, man. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing, man? We're gonna vibe today, man. We're gonna vibe. We're gonna talk about these topics. I'm gonna also be talking about a little bit of history too. Not just something light. You know, I gotta throw some history in there every week. But there's some things I saw, and I said I gotta talk about this. What's up, though, y'all? Other than that, man, welcome to the show. Salute to everybody catching a replay. And we going through it. August 2nd, episode 233. And I'm going to be talking about the Horny brothers. Or maybe a lot of brothers be horny. I don't know. But we keep seeing people getting caught up in the same thing over and over and over again. What's up, Cozy? Yeah, people keep. Look, man, I'm telling y'all, man, all this stuff is over with, man. All of this sexual weirdo behavior, all of these type of fucking criminal thoughts. Why you think they had all those shows with SUV, Law and Order, not SUV, Law and Order SVU, CSI, Jackie. Good morning, Miss Jackie, man. All this stuff that was in TV shows going on right now. Good morning, Miss Deja. Good morning, Alicia. Yeah, so I'm going to be talking about Mystical. Then we're going to talk about Deshaun Watson. And this dude, he got 6-game suspension, and a lot of people are mad, especially a lot of women, and especially it's a lot of white women that's mad. But anyway, we got to talk about that, y'all, because you know we got to talk about the things that people don't really want to talk about, but these are some of the things that are plaguing us. That's all it is. You see, it's a lot of different plagues going on us. These are just one of the plagues. We're talking about also they have something to say about the food programs. And I'm also going to be talking about how Nicki Minaj has been being slandered by one of her ex-employees. And she's saying some things. And she went on a Twitter rant. They say that it's a particular group of people. Seen again. And like I said, all of this relates to the plagues. So without further ado, good morning, Annette. Good morning, Miss Jackie. Yeah. Y'all ready, man? We about to get into the get down real quick. So like I said, For No Fame Live, episode 233 on a $2 Tuesday. So you know what I say. If you ain't got $2 in your pocket, you sorry. You can't even go wash clothes. All right. Yeah, I see Mystical been trending again. He been trending again. Trending off being allegedly a sick, perverted man that just can't stay out of trouble. Now, this is all allegations, right? But when you start getting these stereotypes on you and you keep being around the same environments, this is what happens. This, like y'all know, and I be talking about how some people just don't know how to stay to themselves. See, when you always caught up in something, or when you always around people, you always just happen to be in something, that's when you got to understand and realize that you just need to be by yourself. It's okay to be by yourself sometimes. It's all right, especially when you got a little money. Because when you got a little money and you stick to yourself, that's more for you. But the rapper Mystikal, once again, he's been arrested on rape, first-degree rape, felony domestic abuse by strangulation, and other counts. Now, Mystikal is 51 years old. I did not know he was 51 years old. But it just shows you that I told you these rappers from a certain era, it's like all of them getting wiped out. But it ain't just that. All of this represents something else. It represents that it's a big fall going on, like I said. In my opinion, this whole genre of music is being destroyed, and you witnessing it. Just like R&B got destroyed. I want you to name me 3 R&B singers out right now that could really, really blow and sing. Men or women. Anyway, that's something totally different. But this man right here is locked up again. And the police spoke with a person alleged to be the victim of this assault. And at that point, they locked him up. They say this man has been committing sex acts, like with the one particular woman. Let's get into the sauce, man. Let's get into it, man. All right, so we know he been locked up for strangulation. So basically, he's trying to say that he raped and strangled a chick, had his hands around her neck, I guess, and hopefully he wasn't having no rough sex. But and mind you, this allegations, this could be a person that's mad at him, but I don't think so, because when the police went to speak to the person, that's what actually got him locked up. So as you see right here, they said the sheriff deputy spoke with the victim on Sunday night at an area hospital. The victim presented minor injuries. Authorities determined Mystikal was behind the alleged crime after investigating the facts. So from that point, we can say it wasn't just no allegations. The rapper remained in jail on Monday. So obviously he had to get locked up between that Sunday night and Monday morning. So this is looking like Mystikal got a track record of this type of behavior. Now, this is previous arrest. Well, you know, he was just on the 31st, he was locked up for first-degree rape, simple robbery, domestic abuse, battery, false imprisonment, and simple criminal damage to property. And then in 2003, when he did that bid, Mystikal declared himself guilty for continuous sex acts on a hairstylist, because you know he had to get his hair braided and all that. But the victim said that Mystikal obligated her to perform oral sex because the rapper accused her of stealing $80,000. Now, it's kind of more to that story. Within that story, he accused his assistant or his hairstylist of committing fraud against his account, but he didn't have no proof. But being that he accused the hairstylist of stealing his money, allegedly, it ain't no allegedly, he did the time for it. He made her have sex with him a whole lot. It wasn't just she gave him head. He allegedly, like, whenever he wanted to smash, she had to go with the flow, because he put out there that she owed him money. It was like a form of extortion. So this woman had to forcibly have sex with Mystikal on many, many different occasions. And that is what he went to jail for. And he did 6 years, if I'm not mistaken. He got locked up 2003 and got out 2009. In 2012, he went back to jail for 3 months for misdemeanor domestic abuse. So he still was putting hands when he got out. See? After a 6-year sentence, nigga still didn't learn. Sexual battery and extortion. Mystikal went back. Mind you, he went to jail for sexual battery and extortion. That's when he was abusing that woman, making her keep having sex with him. All right, that's the extortion part. But, you know, then he went back to jail in 2012 for misdemeanor domestic abuse. So he got an issue with women. We can say that. Mystikal pleaded guilty to 2 federal misdemeanor counts of failing to file tax returns as the Advocate published. So he wasn't paying his taxes also. And to this day, they still play some of his hit records on the radio. You know, Shake Your Ass and Danger. They still play them songs to this day. But obviously something had to happen because Mystical, he been kind of broke. But the thing is, we don't got to really say allegedly with this because he's been convicted. He's pled guilty. And we see what? A pattern. That's why I tell you, you study people pattern. Look, their behavior and their ways are always going to show. That's what some people just can't hide. They can't help themselves. You see what I'm saying? They can't help themselves. When you have overwhelming desires, like how we talk about lust, when you got a particular type of lust, or you got the demon, you got the lust of, you got the demon, and you got the lustful demons. You have no self-control. You can't control yourself. So that's why I call him one of the horny brothers. Because this man, obviously, he don't know how to control his sexual appetite. You did. He don't know how to control his emotions, his feelings. Because also, not only is he always accused of a sexual act, he's always accused of some type of domestic violence or some type of abuse against a woman. So we already know this man has some type of mental health issue. See, these are mental health issues. See, we look at it like these dudes be flipping out. These dudes be savage. Yeah, they be flipping out. Yeah, they be savage, but they got something wrong in their brain because they don't think like the average man. They whole brain is different. Because, like I said, when you got money and you in position to win, and you got a lot of women that's going to want to just be around you, they're going to want to be with you regardless. You do not have to waste so much energy trying to fight a woman or even argue with a woman. And when you right, I told you, man, the remedy, you just walk away. You know what I'm saying? But these dudes, they got mental issues, man. And we see that Mystical has a pattern. He's a hornball. And mind you, the woman he went to jail for 3 months on a misdemeanor of domestic abuse count, that victim was his baby mother, the mother of his 2 kids. But this is the kicker about this whole thing, but I do have to say, now, in April 2021, Mystical talked about turning his life around. And he was speaking about how he wants to basically start making more positive songs. He said in this particular interview that he was a horny little man, or should I say, he said, pardon me, quote unquote, he said he was a nasty little man. He was basically saying that his old music was kind of nasty, you know what I'm saying? And he wanted to change his life around and change his lyrics. And he said that he wanted to rap for God, and he wanted to make music that he could be proud of. Now, he said this April 2021. Whether he meant it or not, we don't know, but that's what he said. He wanted to rap for God, and he wanted to change his ways. That's what Mystical said. Now, we don't know if he decided to change his ways and maybe he got set up, but I'm going to be real. I don't think he got set up because they got too much evidence and too many other allegations on him, and it's a pattern. So not only did he get charged, remind you, he did a 6-year bid. So when he got out, he was supposed to been change his ways a long time ago. But obviously he couldn't change his ways, and now he's in the situation again, and he's probably going to get a lot of time this time around because he didn't learn from the 6 years. But this is the pattern we keep seeing with men. Some men just don't know how to control themselves. They don't understand, like, when a woman say no, it mean no. And what I mean by this is, like I got a saying, right? I don't like nobody that don't like me. If somebody don't like you or they're not interested in you, you're supposed to keep it pushing. There's so many different women out here, especially when your money is decent. You got a whole lot of options. But it's not always about money with these dudes. It's not always about money. It's not always about the sex. It's about the control. Because some of these dudes, they got money, they got certain things, but they don't have no control over their woman. And what I mean by that is sometimes the women don't want to listen to them because they might see other ways within them. See, if a man is a good leader and the woman respect his leadership, she's going to follow. Not saying she's going to be stupid, not saying she's going to bow down. I'm just saying she going to be kind of smooth. And same vice versa. Like I said, when a man is with a woman that's of a certain caliber, a man's going to listen to his woman. He's going to listen. Because y'all both got each other's best interests in heart. You know what I'm saying? So these are the well-functioning couples where the man listens to the woman listens to the man. But sometimes a lot of men, they be in position to be at the head, but they don't know how to lead. So that's what causes a lot of friction sometimes, because remember, the woman you with always gonna see your flaws. I'm telling you this right now, man. You should already know this. If you don't, if you were a woman, she already gonna know your flaws. She gonna know your strengths and your weaknesses. Just like when you were a woman, you gonna know her strengths and weaknesses. But what it is that some men are so sloppy and they not consistent that after a while it creates a pattern. Once the woman see through you, she's not gonna listen to you. She's not gonna even pay you no mind for real. When you talk to her, it's gonna go in one ear and out the other. And this is what starts that domestic violence. And the whole thing I'm saying is, once you realize, once you're a man of a certain level, right, period, I'm talking to the men. Once you realize that the woman ain't listening to you, once you realize that it's a lot of friction, that's when you got to start doing your own thing. And you just let her be. Because at that point, once you realize that, it's going to just get more nastier. It's going to get more wickeder. And you're going to find yourself in a situation you can't get out of. All because you was trying to hold on to something that wasn't there. And that's kind of like that thin line where it went into the extortion with Mystical. Because remember, he accused his hairstylist of stealing $80,000. But okay, if she stole the $80,000, instead of you just firing her, allegedly pressing charges as an artist, a businessman, no, you went the nigga route and you tried to make her have a lot of sex with you to make up for that $80,000. You know how a dude might say, I'm gonna take it out your ass. Then he probably was thinking like that. And he probably wanted her to pay him off in sex and doing his hair. But my point is, if he would have just cut her off, let her go her way and took that L, he would have never got the 6 years. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of time, my point is, dudes bring it on themselves. They bring it on themselves. Now, with the sexual part, a man already supposed to know that. Once you start dealing with crossing the line with a woman, you should already know that shit ain't gonna go but so far and it ain't gonna last for so long. Because the world we in now, that shit ain't being tolerated. And that's an old behavior that was really taught by the white man. I'm gonna be real with you. Meaning they were the first to do a lot of raping and pillaging and back smacking a woman and tell her to shut up. Like a lot of the old movies in black and white, they used to portray a lot of that behavior. They used to show a lot of white men beating on women. They say that was one of the main things going on in America. I mean, even to this day, don't get it twisted. A lot of, man, you got people work for law enforcement be beating on their wife and dealing with a lot of foul behavior. But these are some of the traits that was taught and picked up on throughout the years. That's why men back in the day, like in the 60s, 70s, a lot of men would take out their aggression on a woman. They would come home and beat the crap out of her because they was taking out frustration from not only the white man, but they was taking out frustration just because the way they life, uneducated, they couldn't get good jobs, discrimination. There was a lot of things going on, but a lot of the women, some of the people that became our grandmothers and great grandmothers, they had to suffer a lot due to the hands of domestic violence and men being overly aggressive, because a lot of that was taught from other races, or should I say the white man. But the thing is, When one shit is going left, you gotta know when to let that shit go. That's all I'm saying, man. Do you know how much trouble you could save yourself by just recognizing it's over with? Just leave the shit alone. Keep it pushing. Somebody else will pull up, but people don't want to, because people look at it like this. See, I know a lot of people in relationships, they look at it like, man, I got too much time into this. They always looking at the time they put in instead of letting go. When sometimes you put a lot of time into a relationship, but when you start measuring up those years, you'll see that half them years y'all was arguing and beefing. It might have been good at first. You remember the first couple years is always the greatest, but after that, it's just sometimes it's a coasting thing. And I'm talking about bad relationships. You got people been together 10 years, 5 years, 3, it don't matter, 3 years, but all of them shits don't be good years. A lot of it be just they just together because the image, they together because they might got money tied in together. And these are what I call fake relationships, where people together, but they don't really be happy. You know what I'm saying? And both parties are on different pages. And that goes on a lot. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not happy, just keep it pushing. My point is, for a lot of you dudes, that's why I be trying to tell dudes, I be joking sometimes, but I be dead serious that when you depending on somebody for whatever, I don't care no matter what it is, it could be emotional stability. Some of these dudes really got mental health issues where they start thinking their girl is their mother. It's a lot of different things going on. You know, a lot of dudes want to talk about how they was done when they was raised, and sometimes a woman take on that role of compassion. The point is, man, a lot of dudes got to start standing on their own and recognizing these things. So when things go left, you're in position to say, you know what, it's a wrap. And you ain't got to sit there and keep playing them games. Why? Because I ain't got nowhere to go, or I don't got no car, or I got to do this, that, and the third. You know, that's why some dudes can't walk out, and they gotta just they gotta deal with it. And I'm not saying they got to deal with it. Sometimes they be wrong as two left shoes. They be on some fucked up shit, but they stuck with the chick, and the chick can't get them out for many different reasons. And that's where the domestic violence comes from. Like right now, a lot of y'all, you might be with somebody you don't like, but if you try to put that nigga out today, that shit might cause some shit. And some women losing their life over that. But this man is not only abusive, he gave us proof that he is a horny man. He's a horny dude. He's a super over edge, horny individual. He said out his own mouth, he made some nasty songs that he's not proud of to this day. That's what he said last year, but enough for Mystical. And also, you got to remember, the Reaper is coming to collect. So a lot of these people that been getting away with stuff, now they got to answer to the behavior they've been portraying. So now we're gonna get into Deshaun Watson. And you know this, I'm gonna be real. This dude be looking kind of weird. Now, mind you, he's 26 years old, but he looks kind of weird. I'm gonna be real. He looks to me like a dude that probably had female problems before he got the money. He probably was a nerd. He was a big head nerd or something. And when he got some money, he didn't know how to act. Now we might really be looking at a serial fucking spar jumping, sexual deviant, demonic ass horny brother that just always want to hump on something. I'm gonna be real, he's a nasty dude. This dude is nasty. Now, mind you, he had 24 different allegations. He paid 23 women, paid them off. Now we're gonna ask the question, and I'm definitely gonna ask the bros this: would you pay 23 women off if you did not do it at all? 23 women, and we don't know what they got. I know for a fact they turned down like 100,000. They turned that down a long time ago. My point is, do you think these are all bogus allegations? 23, 24. He paid 23 out of 24. And with this case is tricky, which I got to understand too, which some of y'all should already know. The reason he wasn't brought up on felony charges because he did not rape no women. Good morning, Rondell. What up, Wax? Exactly, bro. You not going like I say, man, if I got my money right and I got 24 people trying to sue me, before I pay them off, I'm going to give that money to my lawyer and we're going to fight. And I'm going to make every last woman get on that stage and we're going to do some critiquing this information. We're going to really get to the bottom of this, because I ain't about to bow down to all these allegations if I ain't do it. But my point is this. This man was a serial spar stalker. Also, too, right? He's with the Cleveland Browns now. They got in the play that he can't go to no more spars. This nigga is labeled as a serial spar jumper. Like, he might come to your city and try to come into the spar and start creeping around. Or they say he also cannot go on no woman's DMs no more. But check it out, right? He got 24 counts. He only got suspended for 6 games, and that's why a lot of people mad. Because he only got suspended for 6 games, but he did miss the whole last year. But he only got 6 games since these topics came down. Now, 24 women, 2 plus 4 is 6. But anyway, he got 6 game suspension. So it's 17 games they play in a year, but he only got 6. Now, also, he's not getting no fine by the NFL conduct policy. He settled with 23 women. Now, the NFL has 3 days to declare an appeal, meaning they still could suspend him for more games. But what I learned is they saying that the NFL is watching public response. They're watching public opinion, and they feel like if he get too much criticism, they're going to give him more time. But if he don't really get a lot of friction, they're going to let him get away with the 6-game suspension, and he's not getting fined no money. Now, this is what they said this man was doing. And I spoke about this before. Y'all know they got an HBO special. Mind you, the judge did not want to bring him up. Basically, 2 grand juries declined to indict him. So they tried to indict him in Texas twice, and it didn't go through. But you know, sometimes it's about the money game. But they said that this man would expose himself to massage therapists. And one particular therapist said that he made her touch his private part. And he also was accused of kissing on women without their permission. So as you see, he didn't rape no woman, but he was doing slick raping. He's a horny man. He's a super horny dude. That's why him and Mystical, they the horny brothers. And it just so happened they was trending this week. But this the whole thing. Mystical got more attention than he did. And I know that was part of the distraction as well, because this dude got to be worse than Mystical. This man is a fucking serial, I don't even know what to call this dude. He like a serial stalker or something. And I told y'all before the episode I did, I think in his mind, he got off on making a regular woman do as he pleased. See, he didn't want no stripper. He didn't want no IG model. He liked to get regular plain Jane women, allegedly. You know what I mean? Regular women that say they ain't going to do this and do that. And I think he got off on making people have their way. The number one thing you got to understand, too, with these dudes, with this behavior, is the control factor. See, remember I just told you, even with Mystical, they got money to get who they want. They can pay for something. It's not about that. It's the control. Like with Mystical and a woman that he accused for stealing the $80,000. He got off on having the control over her, that I can have sex with you whenever I want. You're going to give me head whenever I want. You know why? Because you stole my money. It's the control. That's why I told you it's a mental thing. Niggas got money, but they don't know how to control their deviant behavior. That's why they don't know how to control that horny little devil that exists within them. And I already broke down to y'all about that whole horny energy. That's that goat energy. You dig? But anyway, this man would expose himself to women. And one woman was crying. You know what I'm saying? He made her allegedly give him brain, give him top, give him head. And he allegedly also would go in a woman's DMs and try to get at him, you know. So now he's with the Cleveland Browns, and they got in his clause he cannot DM nobody. He can't go to no spas. And basically, they know this man is a weirdo. So we know for a fact he's a weirdo. He might not be a rapist, but he is a weirdo. Maybe he was a rapist before he got the money. So, like I said, now that's his football persona. Let's look at his other persona. This is what he do on his free time, meaning you can always tell the personalities because they front for the camera. He looks like a weirdo in that car right there. Mind you, a 26-year-old man, he look like an old man. He looked like the type of old man that be going around looking for stuff. He looked like a trick. I'm gonna be real. This is his persona, see? This is his persona with his man purse and his knee poking out. I'm gonna be real, y'all. I ain't gonna say nothing, man. Some of y'all, man, y'all, it's one thing to wear skinny jeans, but it's another thing to wear the jeans when you sit down and your kneecaps be busting out your jeans. Anyway, no shade, no hate. I'm just saying. See him with his man purse. Anyway, he's trying to, he got personas, but when he in front of the camera, see, he going to his football persona. I told you he's a big head ass nigga. This nigga got a grown man ass head. This nigga only 26 years old, man. This man look like he about to be 48. And I told you, to me, he looked like one of those weird dudes that probably had a lot of female problems. I'm just making up stuff, but I'm being real. He looked like a dude before he got money. He was weird. It's the real him right here, see? But when I told you, when they get that bread and they transform and they throwing them labels and they sit in them foreign cars and they throwing that foreign, bingo, that's how they get them. That's how they trick a lot of dudes. But he's a weirdo, and I'm going to be real. I believe these allegations. I believe he was a weirdo. I believe he was doing a lot of funny things because this, you got to remember too, that you got some dudes, they went straight from high school to the pros. Some of these dudes were square. They never had a chance to holler at a bad chick. They never really learned how to talk to women. They never learned to be accepted for just who they are. And sometimes when they get that money and their life goes so fast, it's a lot of things they didn't learn as teenagers because they always had people telling them what to do. And these niggas be having social issues. What's a social issue? When you don't know how to talk to people, when you can't relate, when you can't have a decent conversation. So some of these people, they got social issues, but they get the money. And that's what start making them narcissists and making them sociopaths. And they think it's all about them. So this would be a dude walking the spot like, you don't know me? I'm Deshaun Watson. You might not know the nigga. He might get offensive because he got social issues. All of this shit is mental. But my point is, like I said, you see this man dressed in designer. You see him dressing decent, meaning, this man shouldn't have no problem getting a lady. You see him here with his man purse too. Anyway, told you these niggas are weird. But he's in his foreign. But in order for him to get caught up in 24 allegations, that means he had to have what? A pattern. He had to have some type of sexual deviancy inside his body. He had to have some type of urge he couldn't control because this nigga could not stay out of spars. Now, also the Texans, his old team he played for, where all this originally happened at, they paid out 30 women because the Houston Texans alleged that they paid for 60-something massages. So on the back end, they paid 30 women. But these other allegations, the 24 are the spas that he went to on his own outside of the team, if I'm not mistaken. So not only was he going through his team to go to particular spas, but he was doing it on his own as well. So this man couldn't stay out the. This man is a fucking weirdo, y'all. And he's going to be playing this year. And he only got 6 games suspended. And I'm going to be real. It's a lot of people pissed off. It's a lot of white women on his head right now. Remember, they did Michael Vick the same way. When he came back to play, every game he went to, they were still protesting, calling him a dog killer, holding up signs, them Peter people. Well, guess what? Everywhere this man go, they're going to still be stalking him out. They're going to still be trolling him online. They're going to still be on his head for the rest of his life. But 24 women got paid. They settled out of court. No, 23 out of the 24, one's still waiting to get paid. So I'm going to ask y'all a question. Do y'all think he did it? You think he innocent? Do you think this man had a problem of being a predator? And I want something else I want to show you. I want to point out to y'all. These are the type of dudes that be on Instagram all day. These are the type of dudes that be saying, hey, beautiful, and be up under your comments all the time flirting. These are the type of niggas that be doing that shit. Not all of them, but I'm just trying to tell y'all, these are dudes. You know, the dudes that be DMing you, you don't know them, and they DM you with comments. Y'all ladies be knowing. These are the type that be doing that. Because it's just something about, and mind you, these social media platforms made it easy for anybody to have some type of access to you. And then you got to remember, some dudes just get off by you communicating with them. There's a lot of weirdos out here, y'all. And this nigga's just a weirdo with money, because what they say, money don't change you. Money brings out who you really are sometimes. And if you're a weird dude before you get money, when you get money, you're going to be even weirder. So like I said, they put on costumes. And when they throw in these costumes, this is how they trick you. You're going to think he's a cool dude, he's official, or he know how to dress, or whatever. Even though these niggas got stylists, and the stylists tell them what to do. They pick out the bags for them, the clothes, all that shit. But when you're in front of the white man, he switch it up. See? Now, let's be real, y'all. Don't he look like two different people right here? You look like two different people. But when he get in front of that white man, like I said, they play that game. He threw a whole nother persona on. But guess what? A lot of them, they know the shit. They see through the shit. Because I told you, the original rapist is the white man. Everywhere he conquered, he raped and pillaged the women of that community, of that town, of that tribe. Everywhere he went, he planted his seed. That's why half of the world has mixed genes. But my point is, the European pillaged almost everybody on the planet. And that's why they are known to be one of the original rapists. On the other hand, other nations protected their women. Also, it is in history that the white man allegedly used to sell his woman back in Europe. In the Europe days, they would sell their woman for particular items. They are the ones who started prostitution, allegedly. But all of those things and bad behavior they had, somehow they passed them on to other people. And that was part of the breaking process, where they played musical chairs. Now let's get into this raping and pillaging shit. Man, oh man, y'all see this right here? I'm gonna show y'all. This is one of the biggest mockeries that has ever been performed in recent times. I might be exaggerating, but this right here is straight mockery. Slander to the fullest. Do you see the Pope? What is on the Pope's head? I'm gonna see how many people smart, how many people gonna get this right here. What's on the Pope's head? Now, for those that know history, because this is a history lesson, we about to go into some history right now. Do you know who was the number one people responsible for pillaging the natives, raping, killing, stealing, slaughtering? Do you know who was at the head of that seat? Do you know who sent the hit? Do you know who put the bag up to send them? I could have sworn it was the Pope. I could have sworn it was the Catholic Church that was the number one culprits at sending the conquistadors and things of that nature, as well as the kings and queens of Europe and Spain at that time, but they were under the Pope's rulership. But they slaughtered the Native Americans, but this man got on a Native American garb. This right here is blasphemy. It is the highest level of disrespect. And I'm going to show y'all something. What up? What up, Yak? I see you creeping in here. What up, y'all? I'm going to show y'all something. We're going into history. This is when they first came to America to pillage, rape, and rob in South America. This is alleged when Christopher Columbus and them came, but I want to show y'all how slick they are. You see that flag? You see Christopher Columbus with the flag, right? But look, you got to see who's standing behind him in the all black. That's the Pope. And you got to remember, for those who, I'm not going to say, put it like this, y'all. For those who don't know, you got a white Pope and you got a black Pope. I'm not talking about skin color. I'm talking about in uniform. See, the white pope is supposed to be the good pope. The black pope is the real pope. That is the one, that is the top Jesuit, allegedly. Meaning the black pope is the one with the smoke. And the white pope is the one that come out and shake hands and wave the hand. But they say that the black pope controls the white pope. And I'm not talking skin color. I'm talking about status. I'm talking about good and evil, allegedly. So my point is this is the mockery. Now look, you see the black pope right here, because that's supposed to be Christopher Columbus, but you see the black pope standing right there, hiding behind the flagpole, hiding. This is how they were showing you that the pope in Rome always had their hands in the pot of America. All right? And they came here to do one thing: take the gold and slaughter all the natives. I'm going to show you another picture. You see right here? You see the pope. But strategically, you see him with the natives? They got the pope with his head turned. See, these are all signs and symbols. And also, you got to remember what Christopher Columbus wrote in his book. He basically said that the natives were so naive, they were so nice and lame that they could just take the gold, because our people were so naturally good people. They was really good people. They were positive. And guess what else? Also, due to certain Native American folktale, they believed in certain particular gods, and the gods they believed in allegedly had a white face. So when the white man came, a lot of them thought that the white man was God. Some of them did. And they were being super nice. That's some of the parts they don't tell you. That was part of the Thanksgiving. That was part of why they embraced them in the beginning, because they actually thought they were good people coming over here, and they was basically showing them love. But little did they know they was coming to conquer and kill all their ass and pillage the whole shit. But they played the good guy role when they first came. But Columbus had wrote to Queen Isabella. He had wrote to, Isabella and the king that basically these people so sweet, we can just take their shit. And that's exactly what they did. But the Pope was behind behind the whole shit too. So as you see right here, you see the Native Americans, right? And you see the Pope right here. The Pope is claiming his jurisdiction. See that? So when you see the Pope with the Native American garb, this is mockery. I'm the one that slayed all your people. Allegedly. You dig? So I'm showing you the mockery this man made recently. This is straight slander. It's disrespectful. This is similar. That's like if I'm gonna break it down to lame terms. That's like if a blood killed a whole lot of Crips and then he threw on a Crip flag, or a Crip killed a whole lot of Bloods and then he put on a blood flag as disrespect. That's what he doing in this picture. He's disrespecting the natives. He's disrespecting basically everybody in America, because they know the history on what they did. They still got the documents, the files, they still got the gold. But this is also signs and symbols to talk to the elite. This also could be a sign to say it's time to put in some more work. It's a lot of different things going on. And I'm going to get into some other things like what's going on in Cali. A lot of people don't understand. A lot of truth from the past is being revealed. A lot of ancient artifacts are popping up. People are learning that a lot of those old stories are lies. People are going out here trying to do their own research. And now they're trying to stop people from going to certain areas. Like it's parts of California you cannot go. I'm talking about around particular trees, because I told you within the book, it spoke about certain trees. Certain trees grew in certain locations. It spoke on certain fruits. It's a lot of hints within the book, and people have been cracking these codes. So being that a lot of people are waking up, they're putting certain stipulations on traveling, on where you can go, where you can't go. And they also know they have to turn up. And this is all part, remember, they told us that 2 billion people will be decreased. So maybe this could be a sign that once again, we are decreasing some more people, because the Pope is the one that decreased your people back in the day. So maybe this is another sign that it's time to decrease them again, because they getting too smart. So my point is, this was the highest mockery, and you never in your life seen the Pope with a Native American garb on his head. You've never seen this in your life, but this is recent. And I just showed you through history, this the main one. See him hiding behind there, hiding out. They were showing you he's the hidden one. See him right here with his face turned? The hidden one that was there the whole time. That's still around. We think about presidents, but you know for a fact, every president that come in office, who he got to go see? Does he not have to take that trip and go see who? All right then. So the people who you think in power, yeah, they got a little power, but it's some people that got world power. And you got to remember, the Pope is the one that is declared himself or whatever as the mediator between God and the earth. Basically, the Pope is the highest entity on the planet when it comes to man. That's why I just told you why the kings, the queens, no matter how rich they was, they had to answer to the Catholic Church. They had to get down or lay down or they would get pillaged. And people forget when Christianity was established, it was established by the sword. The Bible and the sword. Get down or lay down. And this, you see him right here? You see the sword? Christopher Columbus with the sword. You see the Pope standing next to him. You're gonna get down by you're gonna get down or lay down. You're gonna catch this sword or you're gonna catch this religion. But a lot of people get the book mixed up with the Old Testament and the New Testament. Yes, the book has been flipped, rearranged, and bounced. But the key is when you know how to read in the spirit and you understand, you automatically see past all the lies and deception. But that ain't the point. They came with the gun. They came with the book. That's why you see Christopher Columbus standing next to the Pope. And this is when they first touched down and they started to pillage. And that's why the country you see to this day, it is exactly the way they wanted it to be. You could say this was one of their first New World Orders because they had to make certain changes. A lot of things was going on in Europe and they needed to come over here. But we're going to get into all of that one day on why America has always been a land of milk and honey. And then you'll understand why all nations always wanted to come here in ancient times as well as now. But I just wanted to show y'all that this right here was mockery. And this is his way of cursing the natives. This is his way of disrespecting their ancestors. This is straight blasphemy right here. So that's why I told y'all they talking signs and symbols. So they are the ones responsible for killing them, allegedly. I ain't got to even say allegedly. And then they're the ones going to rub it in your face. We killed your ancestors. So I wanted to show y'all that. Now we got to get into this real topics. See? Food programs with work requirements led more people in need for mental health care. All right, for some people that don't know, in certain states, they have put in rules and regulations that if you get food stamps, you get public assistance, you have to work. This is part of the slow process they've been pushing to do away with all that extra government assistance. That's why you've been hearing all of this different talk about all of these Planned Parenthood programs and welfare programs and all of these different things. Well, we're coming to a time now, y'all, where they don't really want to kick out all that money to take care of people no more. These are not my opinions, but sometimes when I touch up on these topics, I get people coming at me with little stuff, but y'all got to understand, I'm not here to sugarcoat nothing. I'm not here to water nothing down. I'm not here to put nobody down. I'm not here to be disrespectful, but I got to talk real to people, man. I got to talk real to the people who want to know. And for those that don't know, I can't always sit here and water down people, meaning some people are masters at stroking your ego, patting you on the back. Look, y'all, that has happened to us for so many years. It's called being pacified. When you get pacified, you get put to sleep. Why you think with your baby, when you got a baby, what you do? 9 times out of 10, you give them some milk or you give them a pacifier and they go to sleep. This works with grown human beings. They've been doing this for years. They know to put black people to sleep. All they got to do is pacify them. Tell them some good things they want to hear. Give them a few things and they'll shut up. So that's why I don't always, like, I got love for my people, but I can't always make it sweet. Because if I make it sweet, all I'm really doing is putting you back to sleep. So I got to talk a certain way. I got to illustrate certain things a certain way. You know why? Because the people that's doing this to you, they ain't got no love for you. And they don't care about your feelings. And remember, they did say that we are the most emotionalist people on the planet. And that alone is slander. Because when we're being that they call us emotional, you know what that means? They saying that we don't have no logic. We don't know how to use our mind. We don't know how to use our brain. They're saying we just act off instinct. And that is also parts of being, or should I say, this is also why they call us animals, because we don't know how to think. That's what they be saying. That's what they promote. So my point is, I cannot sit here and always tell people what they want to hear. That's why I told you, it's my job to make you mad sometimes, because that's what's going to make you think and realize that the people that's saying this and doing this stuff to you, they do this behind closed doors. They talk about you behind closed doors. They set up all these programs behind closed doors, and they set traps for you. And then they come on your face and say it's going to be okay, and they smile to you and they setting your ass up the whole time. So for me to break all of those spells, I got to talk real sometimes. I got to be reckless. So some people get it. But this is my point, y'all. I know I'm being long-winded, but I got to break some of this stuff down because people be in their feelings, right? They basically saying that being that people got to work for their food stamps and welfare now, they saying that this is causing mental health issues as well. And it is stressing people out. But you got to understand, they're making it harder for you to get stamps because this is their way of pushing you off it and making you wing off of it. Then you got to have common sense to understand, if you got to work for the stamps, you might as well just work for the check. Don't it make more sense to just get the check? But they know exactly what they're doing. That is what? Making people snap. The supplemental mental nutritional assistance program, aka EBT food stamps, people are snapping. And look how they worded. This is worldwide news. Now check it out. It is designed to help low-income families struggling with food insecurity. Now remember, this story also is coming out during the alleged food crisis that's about to hit. So now they're pinpointing a particular people to say, look at them. They get food stamps. They are the ones struggling with food insecurity. And they going crazy because they got to work for their stamps. This is the narrative that they're pushing. But we got to ask the question, is it true? Are we feeding into the narrative? Either way, this is what's being promoted. And this is also a sign that what? However, some states have tacked on work requirements to SNAP benefits, adding an additional hurdle, meaning an extra obstacle, extra work you got to put in. For these particular populations struggling for food. So my point is, this is my point, y'all. We know everybody that get food stamps ain't messed up. I got to be real with you. I got to break this shit down now, y'all, for real. I'm not trying to offend nobody. I wish I can get stamps. I used to get stamps at one time. You know what I'm saying? For that extra boost. My point is this, y'all. If you on food stamps now, you are automatically classified in a file as a person who is struggling to feed themselves. You are automatically classified right now as a particular population struggling for food, because all of this is documented. All of this has been studied. And did I not say about a week ago, I told you, they already know right now at this point, right now, if they want to shut down a particular group of people, all they got to do is cut that fucking card off. Because they understand that these are the families already struggling. And let's be real, my people that you know they get that, my people that know they get that assistance, you know for a fact, it don't even matter how much they give you. You know them stamps do not last the whole month. They don't last. And with the food prices going up, that's another hit they doing on purpose, because they know the more they boost that food, them stamps ain't gonna be able to hold down everything. And the stamps are only really created to keep merchandise moving for the corporations that make this food, because a lot of food would spoil if it came down to the working class, because working class don't buy a lot of food shopping all the time. You understand? People that work, they get food, they eat out, you know, they go to supermarket, but not like the people that get stamps. See, I peeped this years ago. When you go food shopping on the first of the month, the people that shop at the first of the month are actually buying all the food that was put on the shelf at the end of the month. You see that food that was on the shelf in the 20s, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. You get what I'm saying? The 25th. The food that was already on the shelf, the people that come in with the stamps that first week, they're the ones who clear the shelves of the old stuff. And then the new stuff come in the middle of the month, the first of the beginning and the end. Like, really, I'm gonna be real. Really, the good stuff always come in, and the sales always be like around between the 10th, the 15th. Them type of days is when a lot of other people shop. But a lot of food that be on the shelf on the first, that be the leftover stuff from the previous month. And they know the people with the food stamps are going to help those products move off the shelf. That's why in some states you'll notice that's when they always had that buy one, get one free, or they have one, get the two for this price. Because a lot of that cereal might be old, meaning if it sit too much longer, it's going to get stale. It got to move anyway. So they know when you come in with your stamps, you're going to buy a lot of the stuff that they needed to move anyway. And this is how the store keep making their money, and the manufacturers make their money. That is the really use of SNAP EBT. And it's also so the people that work in farming, they can get paid. People that got farmer markets, this is guaranteed money for them. But my point is, all you got to use is common sense. Being that they put everybody in a category of these food programs, it says, look, it is designed to help low-income families struggling with food insecurity. So I'm not saying it. They're automatically labeling you as a person that's struggling with food. Then they saying that it's population struggling for food. So if they told us it's a food crisis, if they told us about they're going to decrease the population, or it's going to be a population decrease due to the starvation, I'm just making a point that they already know that if they cut your food stamp card off, you done. That's all I'm saying. So my point is, they already got power over you if you're dealing with this type of lifestyle. And I'm telling y'all this, I'm not here to slander, put nobody down, because I know it's a lot of people that get stamps. They know how to finesse it. They still getting money here and there. They doing what they got to do. I'm just telling you, if you just dependent on stamps, they might have a plan they about to put into play in the near future. And remember, like I said, they only got to cut your card off for a couple of weeks. All they got to do is say it's a glitch. And them couple of weeks could lead a lot of people messed up out here. So that's all I'm saying. But my point is this, y'all. This is the narrative they pushing. They pushing this narrative right here, that people with these stamps are going crazy, meaning they saying people are dealing with mental health issues because they got to work for their stamps. And guess what? That's anybody. If you had to go work for some benefits, after a while, you're going to be pissed off. But I'm just telling y'all, it make more sense to just work. I know a lot of people been embedded in their mind that working is lame and I ain't doing no fast food, but at least you get a check of your own and you still can get your stamps on the side. But my point is, they trying to wing away from taking care of people. They're trying to wing away from using that money and finances. They want to put it to other things. So this is why these things are coming out. But the key word is struggling with food insecurity. And they said that we already know it's millions upon millions of people in America that are on the SNAP program. And these are some of the people that are snapping right now. Because if I had to get up every day, or not every day, but I had to put a certain amount of hours in for some food stamps, I'll be pissed off too. And don't get it twisted. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So I'm telling you, this ain't to knock nobody. This is not to disrespect nobody. But I'm telling y'all, they're not playing. And all they doing is pacifying you right now. They got you pacified. This is like them giving a baby a bottle. When them food stamps hit, you straight. End of the month, we know it dry up, shit get tough. But they already know they got millions of people at their mercy. And it's called an EBT card. And they already know if they cut it off, they know there's nothing you can do. You get it? So when you see messages like this they putting out here, you got to pay attention. And they also saying that it's giving people mental health issues. So once again, they put mental health on the poor people, aka they put it on black people. But then I'm gonna be real. Another trick they play is they trying to say if you are waiting on this type of help, it's something wrong with you mentally anyway. This is what they trying to say. They talking codes, but this is not for nobody who was disabled. It's not actually towards, you know, people that's doing what they got to do. This is all in effect for people that's been leeching off of these government programs and have not been taking advantage of all of the programs they had to offer. Remember, this is just one program. People also could have went to school for free, got trades for free. People had a chance to actually get themselves in order. Now, let's be real. Even if you are on welfare, you actually had time to get some type of trade where you can start your own business. You could have used the government programs to get yourself established so you could start your own business. So I'm not saying it's all about working. No, you could have used them like they use you. You could have used them to go to school, get you some type of paperwork under your belt so you could transfer that into your own company. Now, if you're like, look at that woman that was selling that food from home, that pink sauce. See, if you was on welfare and you went to school and you got that degree, you could have took up a culinary course the whole time you was on welfare. And then once you got that culinary degree and you learn about food and you learn about certain health conditions, now you can sell food from your home. Or if you do sell merch from your home because you got to watch your kids, now you understand the game and you got the paperwork to prove it. You got the certificate that you know about culinary, you know about food. So my point is, some of these, even though you're on welfare, it don't mean you can't take advantage of the program. We also know in some places, when you're on welfare, you get first dibs on all the city jobs. Some people was not trying to get no city. They wasn't doing nothing. They just want to collect. So my point is, they did the tally. They said, yo, look, they're not taking advantage of the programs. They're not winging it. We looking at the record. They've been in the same situation for about 8 years now, 7 years, 5 years. They're having more kids. So now they're using these programs against you. That's all I'm saying, y'all. Now they can use this whole program as a warfare. Because all they got to do now is cut your water off. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. If you're in that situation, you got to start winging out of that situation, because I wouldn't put nothing past these people and what they're going to do and when they're going to do it. And they already said this fall is going to be very, very cold. But let's get back to this. This is also going on right now. More sign of the times, y'all. What's going on? You know, we got to talk about what's really going on. We are in the last days. We're getting signs. Now, check it out. For people that don't know, California has been flaming. It has been on fire. Now, let's check it out. We know we had the heat wave on the East Coast. We know the Midwest have been getting bad, like tornado type condition weather. And we know the South is flooding. All is going on at the same time. But as you see right here, 2 bodies were found in a burning vehicle due to a wildfire. And you see it's black people. A lot of people are being homeless in America, y'all. When you see that flood, that was another Hurricane Katrina. People's houses floating down in Kentucky. I'm going to talk about that. When you see these wildfires, people property getting flamed to the ground. And it's making them homeless. As you can see, this couple, this family right here with the baby. You see the bags all on the car. People are being pushed into being homeless. And let me also be clear, because a lot of people don't know. In America, the past couple of years, a lot of people have been living off the grid. A lot of people have been sleeping in their car, living in RVs. Remember that whole RV thing was being promoted in America? A lot of people are living off the grid. And these are some of the places catching this bad weather, whether you know it or not. So that's why I'm telling people, a lot of people are being made homeless. A lot of people got tricked into being homeless, trying to live in an RV, don't want to pay rent. But it's not just that. I'm just showing you. These people are now being caught slipping out here. So let's look at even this couple, right? If the authorities roll up on them, they could take their baby from them. Why? Because they ain't got nowhere to live at. They probably ain't employed. And that's why I told you a lot of this is dealing with the kids as well. So people are getting flamed right now in California with the wildfires. And at the same time, the floods are taking off. And like I always tell y'all, a lot of these numbers be bogus. If you seen that drastic flooding in Kentucky, if you think it's only 37 people, you really don't know what's going on. And I'm going to say alleged, but you should already know 37 people, that's just a couple of households. And that water was up to people's roof. And not only that, people that was here lost everything. And as you can see in Kentucky, we call this stuff country, but a lot of these people, they live off the grid on purpose. They love to live in these type of environments because they got a certain peace of mind. They have a certain level of land, and they're able to stack their money to a certain level. But the flood wipes out the whole town. And this is also part of the population reduction. Because remember, too, you can get caught up in your house and get flooded, and you had to run out. Let's just say you ain't got your social on you, you ain't got your bank card, none of your important credentials, and your whole house get flooded. At that point, it's like you could lose it all. You could lose everything. You could become a statistic at that point. So my point is, this is happening to a lot of people in America as we speak, y'all. And this is also creating mental trauma. This is going on all over America, y'all. People are suffering. Remember, we always seen this in third world countries, but all this is happening right here, and they're not talking about everything. People are being flamed. As you see, 2 bodies found in a burned vehicle. And you see the poster child for this picture right here is you know who. So we got fire and we got floods. This could be the works of the Most High. This could be the works of nature. This could be HARP, aka this could be what they also call global warming. But some people feel like they have mastered ways to warm up the whole globe and make the whole globe cold, or make it snow, or make it rain. But you got the Most High, and then you got people playing the role of the Most High. So it's so much stuff going on, we don't know who's doing what. But this is going on during the summertime, y'all. And all this is my point is this, y'all. Check it out. Mental health issues. This creates mental health issues. But my point is this is how they knocking them off balance for the fall. So these people right here, they're going to have to struggle to get back in position. And when the fall come in and the real shortage and the real crisis come, you're going to be off balance. So my point is, if you're not on point now, if you're not on your feet right now, the more you procrastinate, it's going to be even harder to get on track when the fall come in and when it get cold. And this is some of the setup for failure, that these people are going to have to struggle to get back on their feet, except for the people in this picture right here that had rentals insurance and basically flood insurance. So this is going on right now. Also, salute to the people that's been sending me these stories. Now, I read this, and y'all know about this. Another plague going on. We got the monkeypox going on, a plague. We got C19, a plague, and a whole lot of other stuff. Let's not forget gonorrhea, syphilis, all the other stuff still going around. But look, New York becomes first U.S. state to declare monkeypox outbreak a disaster emergency. Governor Kathy Hochul says she's sounding the alarm as Empire State hits 1,400 cases. Now, I showed the CDC records yesterday, but I told people, especially in certain cities, you better hope they don't come with another lockdown. Like some of my people right now, you working from home because some of these corporations know the game. So they are already setting their people up to be okay in the pandemic. That's why something else a lot of people don't know. A lot of these companies, they never went back to everybody come back to work. They kept a lot of people home on purpose because they were already prepping for this. They have already been prepping for another shutdown. Remember, the first shutdown, all of the companies got caught slipping. All of the restaurants, everybody got caught slipping. But now, remember, all companies wasn't. Let's use common sense. We're gonna think, y'all. Check it out. Remember, when the pandemic hit, everybody wasn't using Grubhub and DoorDash, Uber Eats. A lot of these restaurants, they wasn't down with the program. But after the pandemic, all of these food businesses, restaurants, all of them got down with Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber Eats, because that's also part of the new world. My point is this. The first time was a test run and a reset. That was the first shutdown. If another shutdown happened, it's going to be the real shutdown. And my point is this. Every corporation has strategically put themselves in position to be able to withstand another shutdown. That's why all the companies that wasn't with Uber Eats and lost money, now they're with Uber Eats. All of the restaurants and bars that wasn't with the program of DoorDash, now you can get liquor on DoorDash. If they shut down now, you can still make your order. They had to get down a lay down. They also had to transition. Major corporations, banks, many corporations, a lot of their workers still work from home and they rotate. This particular people, y'all come in on Tuesdays and Thursdays once a week. This group of people, y'all come in. Everybody didn't go back to normal. That's why you was told it was a new normal. But I'm telling y'all, in my opinion, they're planning for another shutdown because you got to use common sense. Everything they telling you that's for the fall. When they push the button, at one time, all of this shit gonna come together. And remember this. Remember, y'all got to remember this too. A lot of this stuff they're going to push when school come back in because that's what really creates the chaos. Once your kids go to school and all the madness starts back up. Remember the first shutdown when the kids was in school and everybody got worried, my kid going to get sick. Now you're going to worry about your kids catching monkeypox in school. It's going to be a lot of fear factor. And my kids going to catch C19. And yes, the C19 cases are still rising heavily. Yes, they are. I know people that's been catching it in the summertime. My point is this. All of this stuff going to be stirred up in the fall, winter. The food, the diseases, the shutdown, the lot, all that's going to go on at one time. In my opinion, that's what they're prepping for. And I'm telling you, if they have another lockdown, that's it. And I already told, one day I'm going to get on here. I'm going to break down the video game I'll be playing called The Division. It's from 2016. Everything I'm telling you is in the video game. How the whole New York got locked down. And there's some type of disease going around. And people was dying. And they put them in morgues. It's in a video game. I'm going to break it down to y'all one day. I'm going to show you. The only thing is, it's not called C19 or monkeypox, but it's some type of disease that touched New York City and wiped out a lot of people. And the rest of the people left the town. This is what I'm trying to show y'all. They always give you signs and symbols. So all of this is leading up to the stage. And that's why I was trying to tell people that you worried about the wrong stuff. Because I don't care who you are, what you think you got going on. If you ain't ready, you ain't getting no help this time. And if you can't prove you can sustain yourself, if you cannot prove that you are healthy, you might get rounded up and put in a you-know-where, aka FEMA situation. If you think they built all these FEMA locations for nothing, you're sadly mistaken. And once they declare national emergency again, a national emergency shutdown, now they can come and say, you know what, this building is condemned. Now they can come and say, we got to shut this. Y'all got to come with us. Oh, you don't have nowhere to go? You don't have no family? Oh, you ain't got no money? Oh, you can't feed these kids? Well, we'll do it for you. Come with us. And we're going to put the grown-ups over here. We're going to put the kids over here. Because you already said you can't do it. You can't sustain yourself, right? So we'll do it for you. Come on. This is some of the things that's going to be going on, allegedly. So, as you see this right here, and salute to my people that sent this on Instagram. New York State Health Department urges adults and kids to get polio vaccines after virus is found in wastewater. Polio. Do you see all of these different diseases just circulating? These are part of the plagues. Do you see what's going on? And not only that, this is creating trauma. New York State Health Department is urging all New Yorkers, including kids, to get vaccinated against polio right away if they have not been already. Following a case in Rockland County, polio virus was found in wastewater samples from early June. Now, remember, a couple months ago, did they not tell us that the water was dirty? Did they not tell us that the water in New York is tainted? Did they not say in certain places the water is tainted? We know the water is still messed up in Flint to this day. Man, I'm trying to tell you what's going on. All of these different plagues. And don't forget, the fentanyl crisis is also another plague. So if I do the math, it might actually be like 7 plagues going on right now. So all the stuff going on right now, y'all. So while people thinking everything is a game, they're not playing. So we looking at another, right? I'm going to go back into history. We looking at another get down and lay down. Either you're going to get with the program or we're going to catch you slipping and you're going to lay down. Did it not also tell you that they killed the natives with what? They diseases called what? Smallpox. They said they killed them with the gun, the book, and basically smallpox. So what's going on now? It's called monkeypox, right? It's called C19, right? So in my opinion, it's the same thing being done again. It's just a new version of it. The updated database of the same program. Pillage, slaughter. But some people don't believe it. But I'm going to show you. History repeats itself. They gave fair warning. So when it go down, don't say you ain't know this time. And the way they doing this shit is so strategic. They put so many things in a play at one time. So you have to be very, very smart, crafty. My point is stay on your shit. Get to doing what you got to do. And if you keep waiting on them, I'm going to tell you they got a plan for your ass. And they want to catch you slipping. So they can prove that you are unfit or say that you're mentally challenged. You got a mental health issue because you notice they keep saying that you're a mental health issue. They promoting you as being a bad parent. They saying that you're poor, you can't feed yourself. They saying that you're nasty, you spread disease. These are all the things they putting on people right now. It's national news, y'all, so I got to let you know this is what's going on. This is part of the dehumanization. This is also part of the slander. And you got to understand, they're not just doing the saying this for nothing. They just understand, right? This is why I want people to understand. See, back in the days, they did it one way when they decreased the population. Because remember, when they came back then, they had to decrease the population to take over this shit. It's still a goal. So what they did then, they did it one way. But guess what? These are the same people in power. So now they got to do it a different way. And this is the new way. Back in the day, smallpox killed the natives. Now, the natives are being threatened by monkeypox. I already broke all this down. That's just my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I'm not in the medical field. This is just my opinion. But I know when they put out stories like this, they don't do it for nothing. That's all I know. And also, Drake got C19 right now. We also heard about Joe Biden got it. But remember this, y'all. Remember when it first hit, it was a joke. Everybody was laughing. Then what? The celebrities started getting it. Then people thought it was real. So even when I see these so-called celebrities getting it, whether they got it or not, I know this is how they talk in signs and symbols, saying if Drake can get it, if Joe Biden can get it, you can get it too. So it's just a matter of time before it starts picking up again in our local neighborhoods, in our local program. I know some people recently caught it, said they caught it from the hospital. My point is, anywhere in public places, you can get it. My point is this, y'all. These cases picking up and it's summertime. So I'm telling you, it's a lot of stuff going on. But Drake allegedly got it, and he so-called is backing out from the Young Money tour. Or maybe he just didn't want to tour with Nicki Minaj. Who knows? I don't know. Because y'all know they had smoke. But there's some things going on. I'm about to get into that too. But you got to pay attention. When they say that, mind you, let's think about it, y'all. The celebrity's supposed to be the ones with the best doctors. They supposed to got the good money, the good health insurance. So how are they getting sick? And I understand how these things work. Like I said, they showing you if Drake can get it, you can get it too. This is how they put. This is what happened the last time. Remember, it was a joke to people started getting it. Like rappers started getting it, basketball players. Then niggas started getting scared and took it serious. But Drake allegedly got C19, and he backed out for the Young Money tour, or it's postponed. And the Young Money tour is supposed to be with Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj. And now let's go into Nicki Minaj because she's under attack still. She still has rubbed people the wrong way. She's been still doing her little thing, but I think being that she's married to that particular man and she did a lot of people dirty, every now and then they're going to stay at her neck. So now I got to talk about this. All right. Nicki Minaj is being slandered on Twitter yesterday. And it's a particular woman coming at her. But they say this woman, as you see right here, this woman allegedly has 2,755 followers. Now, I don't know if this is a real page. I don't know if it was thrown together because some people do make fake pages and buy for subs real quick. But it's being said that this woman is campaigning and has other people campaigning with her against Nicki Minaj. And this particular woman claimed to be one of Nicki Minaj's assistants by the name of Kate Miller. Some of y'all might know that follow Nicki's career. I don't know. That's right, Miss Deja. Safari was the best thing for her. One thing we could say, when she was with Safari, she wasn't in all this trouble. She was not in all this nonsense. That's a fact. Good morning, Libra Soul. But check it out. Now look. This woman right here, you see, the assistant says, you know, Nicki Minaj she paid for a song. She been campaigning against her. Now we're going to look at some of the information. And she was calling her by her government name, Onika. And she says that she is Onika, ex-assistant who got fired for absolutely no reason at all. I guess she was trying to say that she was stealing her money. Nicki tried to say she was stealing her money. I don't know. It's all alleged, right? As you see, says she committed bank fraud on her bank account. I'm exposing all of the files, meaning she says she got more stuff coming and she's going to expose Nicki some more. And this created so much buzz on Twitter that Nicki had to respond. And I'm going to get into that part, but you see what she's saying, right? She's saying that she's been working for her all along. And she also says she has voice messages that she sent talking about different people as well as Cardi B. As you see right here, I have your tax refunds from 2021. When are we going to tell the Barbs you've owed the IRS $173 million since 2016? And yes, if you're a Barb, you're under mind control. You have a cult leader named Nicki Minaj. You're in a cult. That's what all that Barbs and Beehive stuff is about. But anyway, as you see right here, renting homes is always the go-to for the Nicki Minaj residents. See, saying she be capping, saying her bag ain't that big. I mean, I don't know about all that part, but this is her assistant And sometimes your personal assistants know all your business. But let's go on. Let's talk about you sending Robert Samuel $75,000 for Freaky Girl Abundance. You know that song Freaky Girl she got? They said she paid for that song to get on the charts. Because remember, she fell out with Billboard. She got beef. She had beef with BET. She got beef with a lot of people. She being blackballed for real, for real. She just been fighting. But as you see, but your fans love this and payola. You won't sue, and you know why. I have it all on video, for example, with Kenneth pushed you off that lodge. Meek isn't the only abuser. So this woman is saying that her husband now abuses her. Also saying that Nicki ain't going to try to sue her because she know what time it is. And that's another thing we know to watch out for. If Nicki Minaj don't try to sue this woman for slander, some of this stuff, it could be true. And you know how it go. You can't just fire no white woman like that for no reason because she going to come for you. But according to Nicki Minaj's defense, she's trying to say it's particular fan base. And Nicki Minaj is saying that these particular people are making up bogus spreadsheets and they're trying to get rid of her. They're trying to finally get rid of her. And then Nicki Minaj had the nerve to say that it's really a kid behind this whole shit. She's trying to say it's a kid with a fake page. This is what she's saying. What y'all think? Do y'all think we watching the end of Nicki Minaj? Because I'm going to tell you right now, if she owed $173 million to the IRS, did y'all forget what happened to Lauryn Hill? Did y'all forget Lauryn Hill went to jail? Y'all forgot that, right? Do y'all remember when Lauryn Hill was the biggest female artist in America? To this day, no female has topped her record sales to this day. Even she went to jail for not paying taxes. Do you think Nicki Minaj could be being lined up for the same behavior? Who knows? But I'm going to tell you this. This is what's going on, and it's making a lot of noise. Anytime Nicki Minaj had to respond to these allegations, something is going on. And that's why I told you all of these people are being slandered. So maybe Drake knows something we don't know, because I just told you he backed out of the fucking performance. They supposed to do a Young Money performance. They postponed it. Maybe Drake might know what's going on too, and he don't want no parts of Nicki Minaj. Because just so happened the same week he backs out, the same exact week she gets slandered. And I think it was in the same day. So this was going on. And they saying it's a group of people that's on her head right now. I have your tax refunds from 2021. When are we going to tell the Bobs you've owed the IRS $173 million? And saying she paid for a hit record, paid $75,000 for that record that she recently came out with. Yep, that's what they're saying. Now, I'm not saying it's fact. I'm not saying it's true. But one thing we know for a fact, they on her ass. They on her. Mind you, we seen it. Chris Brown. We seen everybody from this same era get attacked. We seen even Fresh Montana. He had to pay out what? Sexual assault allegations. We seen Trey Songz. We can go through the list. All of them are from the same particular era, like that 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011. All of them from that era. All of this stuff happening at one time. Like I told y'all, man. Also, Beyonce getting a lot of slander too. And also, she got so much flack because a lot of people said she was dissing Jay-Z in that new song. She is taking the lyrics out of the song. And I'm gonna be real. When the last time we seen Beyonce? It's some funny going on with Beyonce too. Some funny things going on. I don't know. I'm just telling you some funny shit going on. Anyway, man, this was going on right now, though, y'all. She's being slandered and attacked, and we might be about to see the fall of Nicki once and for all. And they could have been lining her up the whole, like, even though she with Kenneth Petty, and we know his background, he applies to this show. He's one of the Horny brothers too, because he's a convicted rapist. And maybe all of that's part of the stage they set for Nicki. So when they come at her with that, when they pull that plug on her, they're gonna say, see, she supports rapists. She treated her staff like crap. She don't pay her taxes. They're going to have so much stuff against her that when they do her in court or they do her in public humiliation, she ain't gonna have a leg to stand on. So we might be really watching the beginning of the ending of Nicki Minaj because they got other people in place. You see that? They got Doja Cat, they got City Girls, they got Megan, they got a whole new regime of women to take her place. And that's how the game works. Nicki Minaj is closer to 40 than she is to 30. So you got to have common sense to understand it's only a matter of time. The same exact thing they did to Lil Kim, they're going to do to her. And also, let's not forget Cardi B. Cardi B is in position right now. And to be honest with you, Cardi B is more loved than Nicki Minaj. That's just what it is. But we might be watching the fall of Nicki Minaj right now. And maybe Drake knows what's going on, so he's staying out the way. He do not want to perform on stage with her. And y'all remember they had that beef. So remember, to spite her, he did that track with Meek Mill. You remember? He basically used Meek Mill for a pawn too. But we see Meek Mill is still crying, going through it. And we see Nicki is crying and going through it. That's it. And Safari is happy right now. But anyway, that's something totally different. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. What they say, the people you shit on your way going up are the same people you're going to have to see on your way down. And remind you, let's keep it. This the only thing I want y'all to notice about this thing. She got beef with a white woman. Meaning, you know that this particular white woman could create a whole nother hate movement against Nicki Minaj. And that's if this stuff is true. But as she said, basically, if you feel like I'm lying, you sue me. Basically, what she said. You dig? And she said that Kenneth Petty pushed her. She's trying to say that he's abusive towards her. And remember, this woman says she has the proof, she got the messages, and she got all of the documentation. So we're going to see if it's going to go further. That's all I'm saying. Because we living in a time of exposure. So that's all I'm saying, y'all. I had to touch on that because there's something weird going on with that whole Nicki Minaj thing. Anyway, salute to the chat. How y'all doing? Who up in here? Nevin Reed, what's up? Miss Jackie, good morning. Mr. X, what up, Mr. X? I'm not saying Cardi B passed Nicki. I'm just saying when you in modern time right now, Nicki get more. I mean, Cardi B is more likable than Nicki Minaj. That's all I'm saying. But we know that Nicki Minaj has way more accolades than Cardi B. But she did rub a lot of people the wrong way. So this what comes with the game. And we also got to remember, like I told y'all, we got to remember the difference between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. Remember, Nicki Minaj, she did kind of like use the LGBT community for a lot of her fan base in the beginning. Yes, she did. She used a lot of them for clout. So a lot of her fan base was from different communities. And we know Cardi B, she built her community from, you already know, part of her community is from the gang life. But these artists already understand whenever they come out, it's a particular, they always have to cater to a particular fan base or a particular group because it helps increase the fan base. So either they'll target the LGBT group, they'll target the gang community. Then the conscious rappers, they target the conscious community. They understand that they have to have a particular core of a following. And then the other people that just like the music, they join in. But they always know they got to target a particular demographic or a particular set of people. This is all record company scams and marketing schemes. You got to have a particular fan base. And she built her fan base off the LGBTQ community as well. So anyway, top of the top, episode 233. I had to go through it because it is some real stuff going on. John Shapp, what up? Nate the Great. Once it's time to get humbled, they get humbled one way or another. That's right. And the bank is slowing up. So my point, the key thing with that Nicki story, you got to understand is if she do owe them taxes and they say that woman owed $100-something in taxes, I'm sorry, but that's jail time. Even Fat Joe went to jail for taxes. A lot of them went to jail for taxes. But anytime you seen innocent Lauryn Hill go to jail for not paying taxes, and remember, that is the last straw they use against you when they want you to go to jail. Did we not see it happen to Wesley Snipes? His career ain't been the same since. When they really, really want you, the last ace in the hole they use on them is taxes. And they know it's impossible for you to pay it off. I just told you how Mystical went to jail for not paying his taxes. Because that's the last straw they use when they can't get you at nothing else. They'll use you on them taxes. That's why they say you don't play with the I, the R, and the S. Your dude already told you that. But yes, it is a lot of horny brothers out here. And I'm trying to tell dudes, man, you got to watch your behavior. It's a thin line nowadays. You should already learn from Mr. R. Kelly. And y'all know in this right here, I broke down that whole horny energy. Dealing with the GOAT. How a horny nigga will smash anything, anybody. He always thinking with his lower self and not his higher self. And when you think like that, you always going to end up in some shit. Because you can't control yourself. So, and like I always tell you, if you didn't have a certain behavior, if you was conscious on who you deal with, who you be around, you won't always be caught up in these allegations. But this Mystical, we got proof on him. He got his own. He hung himself, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. So this man might got some real issues. For the simple fact, this man is arrested for rape and strangulation. That's basically saying that he choked the woman and took her box. Now, we don't know if it's all true, but I'm just saying it adds up with his track record. And the police spoke to this woman at the hospital because, mind you, she did what women that get raped do. The ones that really got raped, she went straight to the hospital. And that's when the police report got put in. And when the police pulled up and they seen what was going on, that's when they went and got Mystical. So at this point, it's allegations, but it got to be some type of proof to this because she had to have some type of marks on her. He might have choked her out, busted a nut in her. She might have had the proof and went to the hospital. Either way, it's not looking good for him. And he said out of his own mouth, in April 2021, his old music, he sounded like a nasty little man. And he want to change his ways. But it might be too late. This man is arrested for basically holding a woman hostage and allegedly raping her. And you know that's just simple as a chick saying they want to leave and niggas say you ain't going nowhere and you're going to give me some of that box. It's that simple to get that charge on you. That's what I'm trying to tell dudes. Just let her go or you leave. One of the two. Because just how easy it is to get caught up. Now also remember in 2003, this nigga did a 6-year bid for doing continuous sex acts on his hairstylist, saying that she stole $80,000 from him. And basically he said, until I get my money, I'm going to take it out on your box. That's it. And he basically was using her for a sex slave. And he did time for that. After he came home for that bid, the nigga went back to jail again for misdemeanor abuse of his baby mother, the mother of his 2 children. So we see a pattern. And he also pleaded guilty to 2 federal misdemeanor counts of failing to file tax returns. And that's some of the money he's been trying to get together ever since. So I'm just showing you this is track record. And Mystical is 51 years old. He did have a lot of bad deals. And he another rapper, he did get jerked. He was with Master P. When he got out of jail the first time, he was signed to Birdman. But we see Mystical has never made another hit again. And sometimes these dudes that used to having fame and used to the woman pulling up, dropping it like it's hot, when that fame fades away, that's when you see the real them. Because you know fame is a hell of a drug. And when that shit wear off, niggas can't deal with that reality that you ain't the man no more. So that's kind of like what happened to Mystical. And my point is this. We see this as a chain reaction. And you notice every crime, or should I say, every slander event that's going on now. It ain't all slander, but I'm just trying to show you every face of being a horny brother or being a horny man is being put on the black face. And we know that's not true. We know it's not true. But the powers that be said, y'all gonna be the face of it. Y'all niggas gonna wear this. And this is also another program to make every black man look like he's a rapo. He's a sexual deviant. He don't know how to keep his thing in his pants. He don't know how to talk to women. He has no charm, finesse, and he just takes. And he's just a horny devil. This is part of the stereotype that's becoming a reality. Yes, it is time where women lie and they scheme and plot, but in these two situations, they got proof. They got proof. Like with Deshaun Watson. If he wasn't guilty, why did he pay off 23 women? Not one, not two, not three. He paid off 23. And this man is a spa stalker. He is a massage therapist predator because those are the number one women he picked. And those are all of the women in his lawsuit. And people are pissed because he only got 6-game suspension. And he didn't get charged, no fine by the NFL. So is he another weird nigga with money? As you see, like I said earlier, nigga got two sides. He got the side that when he in front of the white men, playing the good guy role. And then we got the role where he want to appeal to the hood. You dig? But my point is this, my nigga, why the fuck did you keep stalking massage therapists? Nigga, you got on Gucci. $1,000 outfits. Couple $1,000 outfits. Exotic cars. And you want to frequent fucking spas. And you want to be in chicks' DM. That's how I know he's a weird nigga. And a lot of people feel the same way. He's fucking weird. And he's 26 years old with a big ass fucking head. So I'm just saying, the nigga's weird to me. And I don't care about this nigga, period. But a lot of dudes that got this behavior, you need to use these niggas as poster childs to understand that them days are over with. That's why some dudes need to just get them a chick and just settle down and chill out. All right? Just chill out. Some of you niggas need to stay off Instagram. You need to stop lusting off females all day. Stop looking at ass and titties 8 hours plus a day. Because it's turning y'all into horny niggas. You're turning into hornballs. I'm just being real. So that's what some of these niggas do, and they be getting caught up in them thirst traps. And then not only do they get caught up in thirst traps, some of these niggas be trying to catch women in thirst traps. But you thinking he a good dude, but the whole time this nigga's a fucking sexual deviant. So that's all I'm saying, y'all. And this just represents the energy that's going on. It's a lot of dudes with this same energy. These are the ones that that women don't know, and they just be sending them DMs. You don't even know the nigga. I know for a fact from talking to women, having women around, women I dealt with, all women get dirty pictures in their inbox at least once a week. Some women get it more than once a week. Those are slick rapists. When a man send you private parts and you don't know that dude, that's like a slick rape. That's like a slick sexual harassment. When a man puts his Johnson in your face. And a lot of that behavior is going to get a lot of niggas locked up. So that's all I'm trying to tell dudes. That's why I don't play none of them games on the internet. But that's what's going on right now. So that whole rape energy, that whole sexual deviant, we've seen it with Cosby, R. Kelly, Deshaun Watson, Mystical, Chris Brown been accused, Trey Songz been accused, and probably a whole nother list of others. But you see each month the narrative being pushed that these black men are fucking nasty. All they want to do is have sex. And if they can't have sex, they'll take it. And that's just the narrative. And meaning we don't, as far as we know, Jeffrey Epstein could be on an island chilling somewhere. We don't know that. And we did see Ghislaine Maxwell, she trying to get put in a lavish penitentiary. So my point is this: they took the camera off of them and put the camera on him. And if you think it's a coincidence that him and Mystical are trending at the same exact time for the same exact behavior, you sadly mistaken. And when the last time you seen a white man trend this heavy for these crimes? But I'm not saying it's all slander, because guess what? Some of these niggas, they set themselves up for failure. But this also represents the plague that have already been plaguing our community. And these are the topics that nobody really want to talk about, of niggas who are so horny they can't control themselves. And then you got niggas who are horny, can't control themselves, and they don't know how to deal with women. Whether they don't have no game, whether they just fucking lame, whether they're just fucking corny. And the woman don't care how much money you got. She don't care, nigga, what you driving. She just see you as a lame nigga. And these are the type of dudes, they get mad when they get turned down. And he looked like a deviant ass nigga in this picture right here. So I don't put nothing past no nigga. And he, keep in mind, y'all, he got a contract for over $200 million. So he didn't lose his money for real. He didn't lose his career. Money talk, BS walk, but don't forget too, don't think the powers that be not gonna always hold this over his head to the day he died. He will have this hanging over his head. And yes, they're going to use him up to sell tickets, jerseys. I don't think nobody gonna really buy his jersey, but they're going to use him for TV money, all of that. So it is what it is. But we got to talk about it, because they the horny brothers. Or should I say brothers who are super horny. And a lot of you niggas going to learn that in these last days, that's going to be your downfall. That's just what it is. So I touched on a lot of things. I'm about to get out of here. I also touched on this for those who wasn't here earlier. How the Pope made one of the biggest mockeries in the world by putting on his Native American garb, Aboriginal, whatever you want to call it. You can say he got on the garment of the ancestors. This is a mockery, because the same one that came over here and did all the killing. As you see the Pope standing right here, the black Pope. The Pope that wears the all black is the black Pope. The Pope that wears the all white is the white Pope. You'll see them to this day. But they say the black Pope got the real power, and he's just the front. But when they came, you see the Pope was right next to Columbus, ready to do the pillaging. You see the Pope on this shit with his head turned, the black Pope right here, infiltrating the Americans. You see the Pope right here, claiming power, flying the flag over the natives as they were breaking them and pillaging them at the same time. Why did they call pilgrims? Because they was pillaging shit. Getting them sick with monkeypox. Oh, I mean smallpox. Raping the woman, taking the kids, and sometimes killing everybody. Man, woman, and the child. This was orchestrated by the Pope. See that? So when I see the Pope like this, I know what that means. Allegedly, that's symbolism. Mockery. I pillaged your people, and now I'm going to put on this garb. And you can't do nothing about it. You ain't going to say nothing. You can't do nothing. But this is all this type of games they playing. Because back then, they decreased America's population. And we already been told that the population is going to be decreased again. We've seen the Georgia Guidestones destroyed. You got to also understand that a heavy Native American presence was in Georgia. The Cherokee, the Creek, and a lot of other tribes were in Georgia, heavy. And also it was a lot of gold in Georgia. So all these different things going on relate because the powers that be know that this is spiritual warfare. That's why he got this on. And he know that the natives are very spiritual. They are anti-Catholic. But being as a spiritual warfare, he's making a mockery. Kind of the same way when they said that the Romans went into the temples of Jerusalem and purposely slaughtered a pig and spread the blood all over the temple to make mockery and desecration. This is mockery and desecration of the people they once already pillaged, and they still pillaging. Only difference is now the natives don't know who they are. And that's why I told you, it's everybody around the world, they know who you are, but you don't know who you are. But every now and then they're going to show you who you are, because they know. And these are some of the biggest secrets that are kept to this day. So I had to show y'all that history, but show you that history is still going on right now. The Pope, only thing he did was change the way he moved. Back then, the Pope was on the front line with the killers. You dig? The front line with the killers. Now the Pope lay in a cut. And when he come out, he be behind that glass shield. Why you think the Pope moves in glass shield? Do you think a holy, righteous man will move behind the shield? All right, but that's that. And you got to understand that the Catholic Church has always had their hands in America, even to this day. And everybody of power got to go pay homage to the Pope and bow down, even kings and queens. So that's that on that. Because they say the three, remember, they do everything in threes. The three major powers that rule the world. The Pope rules spiritually, Rome. America rules militarily, physically, if things get out of control. And the Queen rules financially. Those are the three entities, the three pillars they stand on. Those are the three pillars that they use and build on at your demise. So the Pope pushes the spiritual power. That's why every church that signs a 501c3 agrees to be down with the Pope. Financially, due to the rulership of the Queen, you pay a lot of taxes. And the United States military is in place to back up all of the above if you don't know how to act and you don't comply. I don't care where you at around the world. If you don't listen to the Pope, the military will be on your head. If you go against the Queen of England, the military will be on your head. So these are the three pillars of power that run and rule the world. But it ain't nothing new. It's been going on since these days right here. That's why I already told you. The Pope came, but it was also financed by the King and the Queen. The same thing, it works to this day. But that's the history lesson for the day, that this shit is still going on. So while all this going on, then they're going to tell you that basically people that get food stamps are breaking down, meaning the ones who got to work for their stamps are having mental health problems. So the more they put this mental health issue on us, that's really saying these people are incapable of functioning as a family, and they are not in the right state of mind to make correct decisions. Therefore, we have to think for them. We have to take care of them. We have to shelter them. And eventually, some of them we might got to get rid of, allegedly. So that's my opinion. And what I say by get rid of them, they're not going to get rid of you. They're going to let you get rid of yourself. Let me clarify that. Because they already got everything set into play. So on that note, I'm about to get out of here. Episode 233. I held y'all long enough. We touched on these topics. Let me know some of y'all opinion. So y'all leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the all notification bell. And as y'all see, a lot of things are drying up. There you go. Or you just pulled up. Why does the Pope have on our headdress? He's doing it to make a mockery and to make in the disrespect. He's being disrespectful. He's also saying they don't know who they are. But he's making a mockery. He's being disrespectful, and he's playing with the energy. He's actually cursing the natives with this. This is cursing them. That's what he's doing. So that's why they're going to that. But I'm glad you asked the question. That's why he got it on. That's called making a mockery. You dig? That's a mockery. Abomination. Disrespect to the highest level to the ancestors. That's what he's doing. To let you know that who you think the ones who killed your ancestors. And we made them get down by the sword. We made them bow to the sword. Either they was going to become Roman Catholics or they was going to get slaughtered. And you got to remember, the first 5 tribes you heard about, some of the ones that are recognized by the government are some of the first tribes to get down and lay down. And a lot of those first tribes, they accepted the Roman Catholic faith. That's why you got to understand all of the natives are not all of our people, because a lot of them sold out. And a lot of them thought the white man was going to give them grace, or should I say the Europeans was going to spare them. But when it was all said and done, he turned on them too. But this is the exact picture of when they first touched down. It's the first imagery, the real imagery. They first touched down, and Columbus had that sword, and they were declaring the land to be theirs, and the Pope is standing in the shadows. You see him hiding right next to Christopher Columbus. And this the picture right here of get down or lay down. And the rest of the ships coming in, those were the soldiers and the troops coming to do the killing. And if you don't know about history, they say that they brought wild dogs to eat people alive. And the conquistadors, that's when you got to remember, they wasn't playing fair. They came over here on horsebacks, on the Mustangs, the fastest horses in the world. They came with armored suits and man-eating dogs. And a thing called disease. And it came with a plague book called the Bible. At that time, they used to disrupt the whole country. So they had a whole lot of things going on, and everything I just told you they had going on then, they got going on now, is just under different names, and they running a different program, but it's still going on. And these are the same people you look for comfort to take care of you. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. This is where we at with it right now, y'all. I also spoke on part of the plagues going on. New York becomes the first U.S. state to declare monkeypox outbreak a disaster emergency, which are going to promote certain stipulations, which could lead to a lockdown. And you know, whatever one state does, other states will follow. It's just sad. A lot of times they use New York to be the guinea pig state. But these are the games they play. And they also are saying that polio has been detected in the water. And they are urging adults and kids to get polio vaccinations. So C19 vaccinations, polio vaccinations, monkeypox vaccinations. We're looking at plagues. Also, we're looking at sign of the time where people are getting burnt up out of their homes. People are dying in the fire. And you see the people in this picture right here. Also, people are dying from flood. And like I said earlier, in my opinion, it was way more than 37. When I seen all those households floating around, not even counting the people that was probably already outside, whatever. Not count. When I seen tractor trailers off the road, people crashed up, man, ain't no telling how many people out there have passed away. But my point is, you see people dying by fire. You see people dying by flood. You see people dying by sickness. You see people dying by violence. All of these are plagues that's going on right now as we speak. So when I tell you it really ain't nothing going on, it's really nothing going on. All of these trending topics, yes, they are just really distractions. And these are the scapegoats for the powers that be to keep doing what they're doing. So that's it. Episode 233 is in the books. Salute to the people. Any more questions? Any more comments before I get out of here? That's right. When they was using them dogs on innocent people, that's what their ancestors did. That's where they got it from. But remember, they always showed us them images in the civil rights era. But they was doing that to us back then. And you gotta remember, in the 1500s and all that, dogs were more wickeder, they were more bigger. So, and they were trained to eat men, they were trained to eat people. So they brought wild dogs over here on purpose, and that's what killed a lot of Native Americans too, eating up babies, eating people up, all of that. So now you understand why they consider a dog to be man's best friend. That all goes back to Europe. And I understand a lot of people want to get, like dogs and all of that, but it's just a lot of things you got to understand, man. That's why Michael Vick had to get all that time for killing those dogs. And y'all know this for a fact. They got more love for dogs than for certain human beings. Y'all know that for a fact. Y'all know that. Y'all saw the officers that hold George Floyd leg get 2 years. If you kill a dog, you're going to get a lot of time. And if you kill a police dog, you get life. You see what I'm saying? So ain't nothing fair out here. This is what it is, y'all. So just stay on point, stay out the way, and you stay focused. That's it. Life goes on. And you stay away from them horny niggas. For you ladies. And for a lot of you dudes, man, you got to be on point out here. Because yes, some dudes get set up, but most of the time, niggas set themselves up. That's a lot of this shit work. Salute to the chat. Salute to the family. Hey, fam, there was an Indian lady that stood in front of the Pope singing a song when they did that ceremony. It's my understanding that she was singing against what was going on. I can believe that. But like I said, you got to, and then I want you to ask the question. Out of all of the garb he could have been wearing, right? All of the spiritual things he could have wore, out of all of the countries and nations in the world, why did he pick this particular headdress? That's all you got to ask. And mind you, they also understand from studying the algorithm and social media that a lot of people are starting to wake up. And a lot of people are going with the narrative and understanding, not only the narrative, a lot of people are doing their research and their history background, finding out that they are Native American or they do got roots. And people are understanding the narrative that everybody didn't come from Africa. Everybody wasn't a slave. See, they know these things are going on, y'all. They study the algorithm. So once they understand and learn that the people waking up, they have to what? Counter these things. And he also is trying to get that karma, that bad karma off of him. Because they know what they did. And they know that these are spiritual people that can see. I'm gonna make this last thing clear and I'm out. I told y'all this before. They're not scared of your guns. They're not scared of your money. They're not scared of the shit you talk out your mouth. But what they are scared of is your spiritual energy. And they are scared of your spiritual energy when you come together, because that's what your ancestors did. And you got to understand and ask one simple question. Why do they spend billions and trillions of dollars to keep you distracted, to keep you not knowing your true history? Why do they spend all this money on all these different programs if it wasn't certain truth to what they know about you? They put all of this money into distractions, putting you to sleep, because they're scared of you waking up. The most thing they are scared of is you waking up and you tapping into your real self and your real energy. That's what they cannot allow. So that's why I keep telling people this really is a spiritual warfare. Because remind you, the people already rich. They already got the money. They got all the guns. They got everything. They got the food supply. They got everything. And you're like, why they still keep doing this, that, and the third? Because they don't want you to wake up. They don't want you tapping in because they know that's the end for them. They understand the science of what goes around comes around, and they are scared that if you get back in power and y'all wake up, that we're going to do the same thing to them, what they did to us. And they understand these things. They understand that they was only supposed to rule for a certain amount of time, and they understood that in these particular days, their time was up. So instead of their time being up, you see them doing all these other things to make your time go fast, but they can't do that. So all they could do is distract you from understanding that their time is up. And one of the ways you can understand their time is up is through the birth rate. When you understand they're not producing like they used to. This is also why they mix their seed with every other seed on the planet. Because this is how they live on. Now you understand why a lot of these rich celebrities or a lot of these people, they like to mix the races. Because this is how some of their race lives on. It's a lot of things going on. And like I said, a lot of this will be spoken on other days, but it's a whole nother game going on right now. And on that note, I'm about to get out of here. D-Batty from Cali, what's up? And another thing is, it's a lot of truths, secrets, history that goes back in America thousands upon thousands of years. If you got common sense, you only know that America has only been established for a certain amount of time. And most of the history you was taught, you already know was lies, but then you've been taught lies on top of lies on top of lies. So even when you became conscious, you still was feeding off of lies. And it's a whole nother true history of America that a lot of people just don't know. And I'm gonna leave it at that. And we'll talk about it another day. So salute to the chat, salute to my people. That's that. Episode 233 in the bag. It's in the books. Hopefully everybody learned something. Hopefully you guys tonight this episode. And on that note, hold up. What SW said? What up, SW? There are native black tribes in the South, but most don't know or understand. Exactly. That's a fact. Now, remember, we was told a lot of us come from, we got it in us, but a lot of us didn't believe. And a lot of people don't understand that being black wasn't always the words used to describe us. They put many different labels, mulatto. They played word games. And these words went into law. And the civil rights movement was the enforcement of these laws and words and codes. And this is why to this day you get labeled as a black man, a black African American. But how can you be from two continents at once? That's a whole nother topic, like I said, but we neither here nor there. So my point is, the people that know this stuff, y'all already on the right track. The people that don't know, like I keep telling y'all, the people that don't know, the people that don't want to know, the people that's playing, the people that's doing everything but getting themselves right, those are the people the Pope want to take their ass out. Those are the people that the United Nations was talking about. It's certain people they want off the earth. I told y'all that. This is why they keep portraying these images of people being poor savages. See, they used to be the savage. Now they portray you as the savage. They portray you as being the one that's hungry. Remember when the natives came here and they told you about how they were starving, they couldn't feed themselves, they were about to die, and the natives had to feed them, right? But now they feed us. See? They switched everything up. That's what the SNAP program is about. And then they had the nerve to say people are snapping. Get it? Struggling with food insecurity. So common sense, they know this. or it's the narrative they're pushing. If you can't feed yourself and they got to feed you, what does that really mean? That means they got the power over you and your family. So we're going to leave that at that. I'm about to get out of here. That's right. African American came from Jesse Jackson. That's right. He started all that. And I meant to post some up here too, because this nigga had the nerve to pop out and talk about Sesame Place, how he wrote them a letter over them being racist to them little kids. And I said, out of all the things in the world, this nigga talking about Sesame Place. Shit sad. Anyway, y'all, we about to be up out of here. We about to be ghosts. And I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. Thank y'all for tapping in. Thank you, everybody, for catching a replay. $2 Tuesday. And we did it again. And I'm out. 1. I'm sorry, Nevin. I'm on here every day, every morning, Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturday and Sunday, between the hours of 7 to 9 a.m. So thank you for catching this show. And thank you for subbing to the channel. But this how we do in the mornings. So thank you for being here. And like you should already know the slogan. If you don't know, if you pull up, we family. And that's how we move over here. But I didn't see a question, so I had to answer that. And y'all all make sure y'all have a good day and y'all stay positive.